Hello, everybody.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the couch.
Welcome back to RWBY.
Well, if I say satisfying crunch, you say couch. If I say couch, you should say satisfying crunch.
No.
Or should I always just say satisfying crunch?
Satisfying crunch always comes first. It's satisfying crunch, couch, show.
Okay.
So if you miss satisfying crunch, then it's just couch show.
Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome to your satisfying crunch.
Welcome back to the couch.
Today we're going to watch some more RWBY.
Woo!
Volume 4, Chapter 5. This is Mistral? What's it called?
Menagerie.
Menagerie.
Mistral was the world of remnants.
Oops. Last time was family, and we saw Crow and Raven. We saw Yang and Tai Yang interacting with each other, and what I missed and what I had really hoped for was to see Blake and meet her family.
But I think that's going to be in this episode,
right.
Since Menagerie is the funnest island or whatever.
Also, one of the things that that hasn't shown up since the first episode of this volume is we haven't really seen any of the villains. We had an introduction. We got to see these people, and there was a little bit in the second episode with Salem and Cinder and the octopus eye floaty grim thing, but we really haven't seen crazy ponytail guy. We haven't seen manic dapper guy.
We haven't seen the gorilla.
We haven't seen the gorilla. We haven't seen really anything from the villains. So what I'm going to guess for this, I'm going to predict for this, is that we're going to get that moment with Blake and her family, and the shot for this, the screenshot for this, with Son's eyes in his eye. I'm gonna have to screen cap that and make it part of the thumbnail for this video, because that's just funny. All right, so I'm hoping that we're gonna catch up a little bit with the villains and see, the quest for the Summer Maiden, and that. I'm sorry, the Spring. Which one are we looking for? We're looking for the Spring Maiden, who seems, or at least is suspected by Crow of being part of Raven's band of mercenaries, or
part of Raven's band.
Oh wait, no, it's Raven's band. Wow. Little Teen Titans humor for you there. All right. All right. So what are we saying? Okay. Spring Maiden is suspected by Crow to be a member of Raven's.
Why don't you just skip straight from fall to spring? Like, shouldn't there be a winter in between there?
A winter schnee? No? Alright, so then the next thing is that Raven appears to have been a leader of the bandits who destroyed not only the village that Team Orange was going through, but the village where Nora and Rin came from. So even if she wasn't the leader, then there's a tie there between those two groups, and of course Raven was a member then and is the leader now, or may have been the leader then. We don't know, but there is definitely a tie there. So there's going to be some interesting that sets up some interesting drama. Whew. All right, anything from you?
Let's watch the show.
You're so boring. Oh, sorry.
on this island.
Always so cramped.
Well, when you try and take an entire species and put them on an island that's 2/3 desert, yeah, it tends to be cramped.
What? You guys have that much more space? Why waste it? A little desert never hurt anyone.
It's not like the desert in Vacuo-san. The wildlife here is more dangerous than most of the regions.
So they gave us a terrible island in the corner of Remnant to try and shut us up.
Yep.
That's a pretty good summary, yeah.
Huh.
It's Australia.
Jerks.
And it's also
We tried to make
the
the best of
Americas.
things.
The native population of the Americas, indigenous Indians in the U.S.
This is Kuokuana.
It's beautiful. I take it all back. This place looks great. Why would anyone ever want to leave?
That's not the point, son. We asked to be equal, to be treated just like everyone else. Instead, we were given an island and told to make do. So we did the best we could. We came together and we made a home where any faunus could feel welcome. But this island, this town, will always be a reminder that we're still not equal. That we're still second-class citizens.
Well, hey, this guy's feeling pretty at home.
All right, time to go home.
Oh yeah? Which one's yours? Can you see it from here?
Kind of.
Is it that one?
It's the one in the
What
middle.
about that tiny one down there?
It's the really, really big one on the top of the hill.
It's that one.
Okay, the really, really big one in the middle. Oh my god, you're cute and rich. Woo!
What is it?
It's just been a long time since I've seen my parents.
Well, you came all this way. Okay, if we're being honest, that's kind of intimidating.
Blake? Hi,
Guess it was
Mom.
her mom.
Mhm.
My baby girl.
Ollie, who is it?
He does go up for quite a ways, doesn't he?
We were horrified when we heard the news. The Kingdom of Vale wasn't perfect, but it certainly didn't deserve what happened. We were both so worried.
Please, I knew she'd be fine.
That isn't the slightest bit true. You should have seen him pacing.
You guys have nothing to worry about. I've seen your daughter in action before, and trust me, she's got some moves.
And what exactly do you mean by that, Mr. Wukong?
Well, you see, sir, it's just that... she's such a good fighter. As a fellow fighter, I have a lot of respect.
Why is he here again?
But also for her.
He just kind of followed me home.
I see.
She's definitely above average. I mean,
Keep digging, son.
this tea is really good.
Nice.
I like him.
Darn it, I completely forgot about the meeting.
Gira?
Give me a moment.
Is everything okay?
Yes, dear, just poor timing. He can reschedule. It's just been hard dealing with them lately.
Dealing with who?
Hmm? The White Fang.
White Fang.
What? Dad!
Blake, what's wrong?
Grace Belladonna.
We had no idea you'd returned.
What are you doing talking to these people?
This is Corsic and Fennec Albe. They represent the White Fang here in Menagerie now.
Those psychos are here too?
Young man, I'm not sure what you've heard of our organization, but I can assure you we're not nearly as ferocious as the media would have you believe.
What we've heard? We've seen firsthand. Your fanatics slaughtered people.
What is she talking about?
Precisely what we came to discuss with you, Your Grace.
Is everything all right?
Wait, you guys seriously don't know?
No what?
The White Fang was at the fall of Beacon. They attacked innocent civilians, and they released Grimm into the school.
Is this true?
Hey.
Sadly, Your Grace, it is.
Don't act like
That's enough. Explain yourselves.
Though it pains us to admit, it has become apparent that the Vale branch of the White Fang is no longer operating under orders of High Leader Khan. Rather, they've elected to follow the rule of one Adam Taurus. I believe you're all familiar with the young adept and his extreme philosophies.
You know, Beacon wasn't the first time the Fang started shooting up Vale.
The High Council had their suspicions of a splinter group, but they could prove nothing until this latest incident.
incident? People are dead.
And it is a tragedy.
Your Grace, we came to assure you that Brother Taurus and his followers do not represent the will of the White Fang.
And how can I be sure of that?
We understand if you bear any skepticism towards these claims. The White Fang's tactics are admittedly more aggressive since you stepped down as High Leader and became Chieftain of Menagerie. But this is no way to make our message heard.
We have ample documentation from the council meeting, as well as several strategies to apprehend and punish these strays if you care to review them.
I will, but another day. I'd like some time to reconnect with my daughter.
But of course, Your Grace.
We completely understand. It was a pleasure to see you again, young Blake.
We were saddened when we heard of your departure from the White Fang, but understand if you can no longer support our cause.
It is a wearying fight, after all.
Who says I'm done fighting?
If you ever do wish to return, you need merely come find us.
Sister Ilya would be elated.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Okay, interesting, because I thought they were a different faction, but well, when we saw them in the opening.
So, those guys were creepy.
I really don't like you.
Dun, 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 dun.
An interesting development, wouldn't you say?
Interesting indeed.
So, shall we inform Brother Adam?
We shall.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Ah!
I was hoping you could help me find someone.
All right.
Oh, look at the hair.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so wow, that went really quickly.
Yeah.
I expected that to last. You know, it's only 13 minutes, but I thought it would. It really didn't seem to go by that quick. I mean, it didn't seem like it took that long. The writing this whole season has just been up. Not even like not a notch. I mean, like way high. The quality, the way the story is being presented. I think we're really enjoying this.
I don't know, something that I just noticed this episode was just how many spikes Sun's hair has. Like, they totally drew every single spike in his hair. Like, heck, it's a lot of those.
A lot of spikes. The way that I like the parallels they're drawing here between the Native Americans and the way that, you know, the idea of the reservation and the placation, the political placation of people, and that's something that didn't only happen in the U.S. It happened many times throughout history where invaders came in and forced groups of people to be on reservations. You brought up the parallel with Australia, and the interesting thing with that is, of course, the Australians were originally political prisoners in the British Empire, and if you were opposed to the Queen or opposed to that, they sent you off to Australia rather than imprison you, which has some parallels here. You know, huge, the vast majority of Australia is uninhabitable, and really everything in Australia
Wants to kill you. Can.
Yes, I've been to Australia, and that's true. Everything in Australia, including the trucks, wants to kill you. But well, man, there was something else that I really wanted to talk about. Oh, the dynamic of bringing the boyfriend home, and you know the absolute cliche of. Right, I'm going to pause. Disapproving father and approving mother. It's really well done. Okay, I got to reset the timer. Even though it's a total cliche, it was really executed well. So I really enjoyed that little bit, and it was really subtle, and it was done well. So now we have, from a story standpoint, and a world building standpoint, or I guess plot. The White Fang is trying to present a peaceful face to the people of Menagerie while engaging in violence in other parts of the country. So I'm trying to put my thought around this, see how to express it. What that tells me is that Blake's father is really powerful. Has a lot of power.
Well, we know he was originally the leader of the White Fang, and is now the chieftain of Menagerie.
Right.
So he has a lot of power and influence over all of the Faunus.
Right.
Because they probably all know him, except Sun for some reason.
Well, Sun was born on a completely different continent and has never been to Menagerie before. So I think it's perfectly logical for him to have really no knowledge of that. And he may have heard of him, but you know, that's a different kind of thing it can go into later on. But the fact that he was the leader of the White Fang for apparently many years, and you know, Blake had said in an earlier episode she was born into the White Fang. And so Adam may have been one of his trusted lieutenants, may have been, you know, somebody that they even encouraged, you know, the relationship. So it'll be interesting to see. I think that's an interesting thing because now we have factions among the humans and we have factions among the faunas. Yeah, I wonder, and we have factions among the villains. Because Raven, whatever you think about her, she is absolutely presented as a villain at this point. Even though she's Yang's mom, even though she used to run with the Oz crowd, she is definitely being presented as a villain at this point.
Yeah.
Anyway, a lot of really cool stuff. Love to hear if you guys have insights into any of the things that we talked about on this. Do you have anything else?
No.
Okay. We'll wrap it up here, and we'll see you next time. Until then,
There's always room on the couch, but only until then, because after then there won't be.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our videos and continuing to support us. If you want to help us out even more and see more of what we do, subscribe right over here. If you liked what you just saw and want to support the creators, go down here. If you want to watch the rest of our videos on this series, you can look right over here. And if you really, really like us, we've got trailers and other stuff that we do down here.